Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today we are going to be talking with the voice actor for Colonel Ruffs in Brawl Stars, Blythe Melin. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing just fantastic, man. I'm glad that you agreed to come over here and show us what, being a doggo is all about. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I'm not supposed to call you doggo. My bad.
Yeah, don't call me that.
So, Blythe, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how in the heck you got into voice acting, man?
It's a complex question because I am a military brat. I've been raised around the world, but I was born in Michigan, and I've gone from places in the U.S. to Germany, England, Japan, all over. I started voiceover in my small little closet while in Japan, and decided I would keep pursuing it once I moved back here, which over here in Wyoming, even though you don't find jobs here, I was still able to pursue it, which is, yeah, lucky enough I got Ruffs here, so
right,
it's working.
So you said that you started voice acting in Japan whenever you were over there. Was that when you were younger, or?
No, that was right in the middle of college, because I was doing college online overseas, and 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm a rather fresh-faced kind of guy.
Is this game probably one of the biggest ones that you've done?
Yes. For me, up until recently, it was my biggest easily, especially because it was the first game that I had played myself previously, and then got a character. I was like, wow, I've played this, because I tend to do a bit of research if I can't get the details in the audition sheet, if I can figure out what it's for. And luckily I was able to figure out that it's for Supercell, and I was like, well, they've only got a certain amount of games.
Right.
And I got a feeling it's for Brawl Stars based on the character alone.
Right.
And it went spectacularly. I couldn't have been more excited for that.
So that's awesome. You had actually played Brawl Stars before auditioning.
Oh yeah.
So then who's your favorite, brawler in Brawl Stars?
Would it be right of me to say anyone other than Ruffs? 'Cause
I don't know if it would be.
Yeah. I've played him the most. I got him up to rank 20, and yeah, I got the Ronin skin and everything.
Dude, that's awesome.
I enjoy playing. Gotta take it out of context. I enjoy playing myself.
Well, it's actually cool because most of the voice actors that I've talked to, they haven't played Brawl Stars at all. A few of them have, but for the most part, yeah, you're in the minority. What kind of other games have you been in?
Recently, another game I was in is King Arthur Knight's Tale, which is by Neocore Games. They've done some Warhammer IP games and King Arthur, and I think Van Helsing on Steam. So they've got a good few names under their belt. Awesome. And this is the sequel to their old King Arthur game, which it's early access currently, I think, but it's turning out really well. And,
cool.
I'm the first two voices you hear.
Sir Mordred, the Scourge of Britannia is back. Avalon is not a place for your treacherous kind.
If I throw back all the way to the first game that I got, which was all the way when I was back in Japan, it was a game called Masked Memory.
Okay.
Which I played technically the title character. It was a narration text-based game. I was the masked person, as well as a little side character, a policeman. And shortly after that, I think not even a year later, I got my second game role, which was for Grand Guilds. And I played the Imperial Commander Johan, which that was another stepping stone for me. I was really excited for that one. Recently, I've gotten one that I can't speak in detail of. But I will say, for me, it's probably my biggest role yet.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm super excited for.
You guys are going to have to go follow him over on Twitter to find out what that is. As soon as he can tell us, he's going to. I put out a post over on the community. Ask us for people some questions. Now, aside from everybody actually asking if you were a dog, which seems pretty self-evident that you're not, other than those questions, we did get quite a few, pretty fun ones here. Ninja Bros wants to know, what was your favorite Colonel Ruffs line that you did?
The favorite for me is the sit down, roll over, now play dead. That easily was my favorite because mid-session, they asked me if I wanted to improvise any lines, and at that time, I couldn't give them a thing. I could not think of a single thing to say, and they're like, no, if you want to improvise, you have anything you want to input for the character, give it to us. And I was like, this is a lot of pressure.
Right?
Because there's only so many lines. I don't know how many I can, give, and how many will even be good enough to put in the game. I think I gave 3 or 4 improv lines, and they put all of them as well as the alternate takes in.
AJ wants to know, he said, voiceover question of the millennium. How did you manage to do the rough barks without just severe throat pain? I mean, how sore was your throat afterwards?
Well, my throat wasn't really sore afterwards. The thing that was sore, or at least bruised, was my cheeks, both in the audition and after the recording, because for Ruffs, the director loved this, is I grabbed my cheeks and like flapped them to give a bit of a jowliness to it. So by the end of the session, my cheeks were just bruised because they're super delicate.
I was curious if they did that like in post or not, but I guess that no, you just shook the heck out of your cheeks and there you go.
But in terms of the gruffness of my voice, I would say a lot of it comes with practice. You have to train your muscle just as you would any other part of your body. And the throat is one, undoubtedly.
Right.
So if you want to have those lower tones or that gruffness, you have to be able to get there first and to be able to get there consistently and comfortably. If you want gruffness or scratchiness, you have to, I feel, when you are yelling and you're like, ah, and you feel that rumble in your throat, you capitalize on that. You feel that and you recognize where it is and how to trigger that, and you practice it more and more and take it down and down and down until you can kind of do it when you're just talking instead of yelling. If it hurts, severely especially, if it really hurts and it's noticeable, don't do it. Not until you can work your way into it, or just don't do it at all. Sometimes your voice just isn't built for it.
Are there any strange voices that you can do? I mean, other than, a dog, obviously.
My favorite impressions to do recently, for anyone who's watched Flapjack, if I can remember, there's this old, doctor, old man character who's walrus-esque, and he talks like this. Oh, yes, yes. I love that voice. I've been having fun with monster noises recently where it's and then just crazy stuff like that. I find it fun.
Are you more of a dog person or a cat person?
I'm a dog person, undoubtedly.
Okay. Do you have a dog right now?
Not with me, because sadly he's over with my parents. But I have a Welsh border collie named Taffy, and he's my best buddy. Yeah.
So Spam asks, have you ever voiced any other animals in the past?
Technically, up until Ruffs, no. I mean, I did some fan work with a few friends and stuff. That's actually how I met a lot of the supportive friends I have right now. Is I helped out a small fan dubbing community for the B-Stars crew, and they thought I made an excellent Goheen. And he's a giant panda guy, muscular panda dude. So I was like, all right, yeah, sure. This would be good practice for this kind of voice, kick your butt kind of guy.
How did Supercell describe Ruffs to you?
I think the exact words in the audition were military parentheses dog vibes, and that's really all you had to go off because there wasn't any picture in the audition.
Then again, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, so
they nailed it.
Yeah.
I gave them what I got. I think they gave a reference for Colonel Akbar.
It's a trap.
You were made for the part, Blythe.
Apparently so.
Fawaz says, what's the weirdest character that you've done?
I didn't get to play the character, or at least not that I know of, but I did a trailer where I voiced him. He's like a dude in a duck costume wearing a floaty, but it's in the middle of a semi wasteland world battlefield, and he's just the goofy character. Easily the weirdest. I remember the first audition I sent in, they actually hired me off of, which they wanted a voice like Octane, and I just got into that. I was like, oh, faster, faster, faster. Well, I can do that one. It's easy peasy.
Let's go for a ride.
And they liked it. They hired me off that, and then later on they're like, well, we wrote the character. We're gonna rehire. And I found the audition again. And this time I just auditioned in my normal voice, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's good. So I was just talking like this, and a little bit higher. Woo! Yeah! So I went from Spanish to just neutral American, and the character design, it's wacky. That's, hands down, as of right now, that's the weirdest one I've done.
Were there any questions that you saw that you're like, oh, cool, I want to answer that one or something?
I mean, I know 2 or 3 people from the fan base or recent contacts submitted one. I know one of them named Matt.
Shout him out and give us the question.
Here you go, Matt. Your question's here. You asked Ruff. You said Ruff is a very cool brawler. more for his characteristics, but if he would be changed for something, what would I change it? I don't really know if I could change anything to him, because I really like how he functions. I think maybe adding another, utility gadget, I think it is. Adding a second one would be nice, and I think my concept for that is some sort of close range, like, engagement, like a bite or something.
Ooh.
I think that might be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Going back to whenever you were in Japan and you started out voice acting, what inspired you to decide you wanted to do some voice acting?
It's kind of a long trail leading up to that because, believe it or not, I've kind of had this voice since I was like 13, 14. And even before then, it wasn't too much higher. I was never a super squeaky, pitchy, high-up kid. It's always kind of been smooth-toned for me. So, of course, everyone throughout school and stuff was always like, you've got that voice for radio. You should really do radio. And the younger guys are like, you should do voiceover in video games. And I'm like, if I had the chance, maybe. And I never really considered it a real option until I went to NakaCon over in, I think, Kansas City back in like 2016, 2017. And Matthew Mercer was there. And at the time, I was like, wasn't even considering voiceover. And believe it or not, I didn't really know who Matt Mercer was at the time. But then attending the panel where he was answering questions and stuff, he even answered one of my questions, and I learned the characters that he played, and I was like, holy crud, I love those characters, and now I know who voices them. So it was a really inspiring moment. And then being able to, like, right afterwards go get a signature for one of my posters, which I still have hanging up in my room as, like, a nice little reminder, I was kind of just, it set a little goal in mind for me of, if you're ever gonna do this, do it until you can at least, one, talk to, work with, or just meet Matthew Mercer again and be like, hey, this is the poster you signed back, like, years ago. And it's one of the reasons that kept me just going.
This is where I hit you up to see if you wouldn't mind doing some of the voice.
No, I won't do them.
All right, so that's gonna be it for the video.
Enough. No, I'm happy to.
Awesome, man.
Let's go, go, go! Watch the flanks! Battle stations! Who's a good boy? Every dog has its day. My bite is way worse than my bark. Preparing for counterattack. Don't call me Doggo. Bravo Zulu. Enemy contact. It's an ambush. Ah! When the going gets rough, rough gets tough. Incoming!
I love those ones where you get like that one and the other one that you just anyways, it's very like, it almost feels like panicking in his voice. It's really good.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
I went during the session. I made sure that like I had those really like, oh, there's something coming. But then once Martin gave the okay, I was like, you mind if I go over the top in the next one? And then I was like, medic. He's like, perfect. We're putting it in. I'm like, yes. Oh, it's so fun.
That is so cool, man. So you've already mentioned your Twitter. Do you have any other social media that you like people to follow you on?
None in particular. I mean, I got a Twitch, trying to be more active on it. Same, it's either a Various VO at the time or it's Lost a Various. And aside from that, I've got a Discord. If people feel like joining it, I've put a Brawl Stars chat and a few other games. Not sure if people want to join. If
they
you're
will.
Interested, you can.
You guys go join his Discord right now. Also follow him over on Twitch and on Twitter. Is there anything else that you want to tell, the Brawl Stars players at home or just fans in general?
If I was sooner, I would have said good luck on the championship and all the tournaments and stuff. Other than that, good luck with what is it, Star League? I think, yeah.
Oh, the Power League, yeah.
Power League, that's what it is. Good luck with that. Get as far as you can. Get the skin. And it looks good to me.
It does.
Yeah.
I just got it today.
Everything else.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we really, really do appreciate your time, Blythe. You guys definitely go check him out. And that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.
Peace.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? That's pretty interesting.